Due to God's grace, the Israelites entered into a 40-year journey in the wilderness from the moment of their exodus. The purpose of the 40-year journey in the wilderness was neither to endure hardships and adversity, nor to experience suffering and pain. It was not to be naked or to starve. What was the fundamental reason for the 40 years of life in the wilderness? To enter where? It was to enter Canaan. Just as the Israelites left Egypt to enter the truly beautiful land of Canaan, a land flowing with milk and honey, the land promised by God, we too started this faith to enter Canaan, the eternal kingdom of heaven. Is that correct? Then, that process also includes the wilderness. Sometimes there is also a lack of food. There can be nakedness and hunger, and sometimes even good conditions may arise. However, the Israelites did not leave Egypt to go into the wilderness. Then, we must never lose sight of our purpose. Keeping this in mind, we must live our life of faith that makes us worthy to enter the kingdom of heaven and ensures that we lack nothing to enter it. We must touch the heart of God and move heaven so that the rain of blessings can pour down on earth. The rain of blessings cannot fall while God is enraged. What happened to those who provoked God to anger during 40 years in the wilderness? About 600,000 Israelites perished in the wilderness without even setting foot in the land of Canaan, which they had aimed for. In understanding, why do we start our life of faith? And for what purpose did we start our life of faith? We must set our goal as the kingdom of heaven. Let's turn to Hebrews chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 15. As has just been said, today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did in the rebellion. Hebrews chapter 3, verse 15 depicts a scene from their 40 years in the wilderness. Who were they who heard and rebelled? Were they not all those Moses led out of Egypt? All the people whom God had pity on and saved caused God's heart to be troubled and angry. What happened as a result? Verse 17. And with whom was he angry for 40 years? Was it not with those who sinned, whose bodies perished in the wilderness? Although they received the promise of the land of Canaan, flowing with milk and honey, they failed to recognize God's grace of gratitude, continuously focusing only on the negatives. For 40 years, they constantly complained, "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to leave us here?" Filled with resentment and complaints. They disobeyed the Sabbath and engaged in idol worship, which God did not desire. As a result, all of them perished in the wilderness. It means they were ultimately destroyed. God has recorded the outcomes of those who provoked his anger as a lesson for us today. Let's continue to read verse 18. And to whom did God swear that they would never enter his rest? What does entering rest mean? The expression entering rest means to enter where? At that time, when they were living in the wilderness, it was Canaan. However, spiritually, it is the eternal kingdom of heaven. Then who are the ones God swore they cannot enter? They are those who provoke God to anger. Let's look at verse 18 once again. And to whom did God swear that they would never enter his rest, if not to those who disobeyed? So we see that they were not able to enter because of their unbelief. It explains the reason why they could not enter the land of Canaan. Let us not stand on the side that provokes God's anger, but stand on the side that touches God's heart, so that all our Zion family members can receive many blessings in heaven.